Today is September 11th, 2019. I'm Mike Toy, and I'm here with Dave Munson of Saddleback Leather. We're going to do an interview with Dave, ask him some of these questions. First question, Dave, is what is the story of how you came to start Saddleback Leather?
Okay, so in 1999, I was living down in southern Mexico, and I was teaching English, volunteering at an English program in Morelia, Michoacan, and I thought, I'm gonna get a bag that I can carry my school books in. Something like Indiana Jones would carry. And so I started looking around the markets, couldn't find anything like I liked, but I found a guy making bags. So I said, God, if you wouldn't mind, could you give me the coolest bag ever? I want the coolest bag ever. And so I sketched it out. The guy made it, and everywhere I went with that bag, people were asking me, "Oh man, how can I get one of those bags? That is so cool. Where can I find one of those bags?" So, so I went back down and had some more made, and sold them on eBay. People went crazy for them. So I ended up moving to Juarez, Mexico, and because I didn't have much money, I had to sell my old Land Cruiser. So my dog and I moved to Juarez, and I moved into a $100 a month apartment. Slept on the floor with my dog for 3 years, no hot water. But with all the money I was saving from not living in El Paso, and I was having some bags made in Juarez, and I was having them made way further south, where from before. They would send them up on the bus. I'd go to the bus station, take them across the border, sell them on eBay. I used a friend's mechanic shop, and he didn't use it at night, so I used his internet and all of that stuff. So, I'd sell them on eBay, and they got so busy. After about 3 years, I couldn't keep up anymore. And at about the same time, I met my wife on MySpace.
Wow.
And flew down to San Antonio to meet her, and I just started kissing. Next thing you know, we got married about 6 months later, and in 2000, that was 2006. In 2008, we started the factory, and so down in central Mexico, no one cares about your stuff as much as you do. So started the factory. It's been fantastic, and so it's been a lot of fun. Of course, some really hard times in there, but it's been going ever since. We relocated here to Fort Worth, Texas, and we've been here for several years, and we absolutely love it here.
Thank you. You were mentioning some of the earlier struggles. What were the earlier struggles and obstacles that you faced during the evolution of the company?
So some obstacles that I faced was I didn't know anything about business, and so everything was based on me, and design, marketing, photography, shipping, customer service. And even when I had people, I'd say they would kind of call me up, Dave, what do I tell this person? Dave, everything depended on me. Going to get the bags at the border, that all depended on me. I mean, everything depended on me. And then I had a business coach who ended up cheating me, but I trusted everyone after that, or before that, when I hired him, and I just fully here, you do it. And so I trusted everyone. That was another big one. I didn't hold people to numbers. I didn't double check. I was working in an area that I enjoyed, marketing and design stuff, that sort of thing, but I wasn't good at the rest of the business. I should have been learning about the business. And that was a gigantic struggle, just trusting people blindly without, there's some good people, but when they begin to rationalize, I should be paid more, sometimes they'll take things, and sometimes they'll give themselves a raise and justify it, in their mind, and so not setting up I guess you would say processes in place where they know they're going to be things are going to be checked and audited and stuff like that. That's a big one.
Okay. What were jobs or things you did previous to Saddleback, and what did you learn from them?
Oh yeah. So I had, I don't know, 25, 30 jobs before Saddleback. So I was a limo driver a couple times, produce delivery guy, maintenance guy for an apartment complex. Oh man, I had a t-shirt company. I folded sweatshirts. Um, I was a busboy, waiter through college. I did a lot of jobs. My gosh, I was a physician headhunter trying to get doctors to move to other parts of the country. Um, yeah, you name it. I didn't like. I was a youth pastor. That was my favorite thing, was being a youth pastor.
Okay.
So I got a degree in theology
Uh-huh.
from Multnomah
Multnomah.
Bible College up in Portland, Oregon, and absolutely loved it. If I were to start all over again, if I knew, if when I was 18, 19 years old, and God said, you're going to do this business, and you're going to have a leather business and this sort of thing, that sort of thing, I would have gotten my Bible degree all over again.
Huh.
So I absolutely loved it. I use it every day.
Uh-huh.
So, but I also would have taken some business courses.
Okay.
Yeah, big time.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. When you were growing up as a kid, what did you want to do with your life? What did you want to be?
You know, I didn't really think much about it. I want to be like my dad. So he was in real estate. He was a pastor. He was different things. But I wanted to be, you know, when you're a little kid, maybe an army man, maybe a policeman. But I didn't really have any direction. So when I got out of high school, I thought, okay, I'm going to go to college. And went off to New Mexico State University, just no idea what I wanted to do. What I've come to learn is that people are in training until you're about 50 years old. So I'd met some people, several people, very successful people, older people, and they said they didn't really start hitting it until they're around 50.
Mm-hmm.
Their ministry or their work were between 50 and 60 years old. And so really you're in training until you're 50 years old, and that's when it really hits. And I was talking to a guy from Marriott, and he was going to come work here at Saddleback Leather, and he was 51, and all his friends said, "Are you crazy? You're 50 to 60 is your money earning years. That's when you earn your retirement, you earn everything. Why are you going to work for this company at 51? You're right in your prime." And so he stayed where he was. So you're really in training until then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. What is Saddleback's vision, and how did it come about?
So, the vision can be, so it's vision. A lot of people get vision and mission kind of, interchangeable kind of thing. The vision, so if I close my eyes and I look ahead into the future 3 years, let me tell you what I see. Let me tell you my vision. And, do you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, kind of thing. And then if I were to go 10 years out, it would be that's the bigger vision. But we would have Saddleback Leather, and we would have this 10 years out, and that's always changing, but this is where we're going towards, is having just be known as the quality company. Anyone who asks, oh yeah, that's the quality company. Those guys, if it's a back, so we have mountain back, which is canvas. We have Saddleback, which is chrome tanned leather. If we have other backs, we have hog's back, which is pigskin, which is really strong and high quality. And then there are other backs that we were talking about doing, and those would each be distinct. They wouldn't be all one, but then I would be coming along and guiding each one in a particular brand, and hopefully we would have 1,000 businesses giving away and ministry minded, giving away money, doing ministry with their business, and which is way more than just one business, me doing that, but that by then we'll have the audience to be able to get other businesses to be doing, getting involved with Africa New Life Ministries, or getting involved with Noe International, or getting involved with these ministries that we're passionate about, or whatever they're not passionate about now, but get them into passionate about something and be contributing to ministry. And so that way more ministry would happen than just us. But also, one of the things that we're doing, our mission, speaking of vision and mission, our mission is to raise the bar on quality. And so we want to get that. So we're giving quality, really extremely excessively high quality, for a pretty darn fair price. We don't wholesale to stores, so everyone doubles their price when they wholesale. So we just make it and then sell it. We make it for what it costs, and we double it and sell it, because we have to stay in business that way with that money. And so if we wholesaled it, we would make it, sell it to them. We double our price, sell it to Nordstrom's or Macy's or someone like that, and then they would double it and sell it for $1,200. So we make it $300, we sell it for $600, they would sell it for $12. And so we're just give a really high quality bag for $600. Okay. And so we want to. What happens there is you raise the bar on everyone's quality. No longer can an average quality bag be sold for $600. It's just, it can't happen, because it costs them $150. They're selling it for $300. Store sells it for $600, but that's less than my cost of raw materials, and that's their whole cost of the whole bag. So it's pretty cool. We want to raise the bar on quality.
And why is quality and not cutting corners so important to you?
It just seems like if God had a business, he wouldn't trick people. He would just give them a really long-lasting, high-quality thing. Everything he creates is high quality. Now, I mean, we're not talking like durability. That's a whole different thing. But like a butterfly, or like a flower, or those are delicate things, but they're high quality. I mean, he's done high quality stuff. So our skin is really high quality, super strong and elastic. I mean, so I think if God were to do it, he wouldn't be cutting corners. It seems deceptive to me, and I don't. And people who prefer quality, they don't mind paying a few extra dollars to have just the peace of mind that it's going to last. You don't have to wonder if it's going to last. You don't have to hope that it's, but it's just what you do. So no cutting corners. Our hardware is just a little bit, no, it's a lot over the top. But we've had bad hardware in the past that's worn away and stuff like that. So we just went to 316 stainless and said, let's just end that problem. Let's just nuke that problem. Never have a problem with it again. Lining it, it's over the top. Doesn't really change. Honestly, it doesn't change the price too much. I mean, it does from like a silky fabric or something like that. But it makes it stronger, and it just no warranty issues, no complaints, great reputation. It's really worth it.
You were mentioning to me last time that oftentimes higher quality is, even though it might be a little bit more expensive, it's actually more affordable in the long run for users. Do you want to speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, so it's the cost of ownership is what that is. So if you buy a high quality pair of shoes, let's say $300 pair of shoes or $600 pair of shoes, they're going to last far longer than the $80 pair of shoes. I mean, far longer. And you can resole them, and you wear them to bed, you forget to take them off at night. They're just so comfortable, and you sleep better, and you have better posture, and you don't have the aches, and on and on and on. It's as opposed to buying low quality, which is a tax on everybody. And so what I say also is, if your shoes last twice as long, then there are half as many shoes in the landfill. If everyone's shoes lasted twice as long, there's half as many in the landfill. We're supposed to take care of the earth. And I know it's just a little thing, but If everyone's blender lasted twice as long, then you would have half as many blenders in the landfill,
Mm-hmm.
and shoes, and I mean jackets and couches and pillows and you name it. There'd be half as few in the landfill. So I feel the same thing with bags. Is it's just really good for the environment, but also you save money. You sleep better. You have more confidence. You close deals more because everyone you connect with the bag. You know that you connect with the bag,
Yep.
and it's just it's all around. You don't waste as much. So you can have one bag for the next, let's say, 50 years of your life, or 100 years, but 50 years of your life, or you can have then they cost you, let's say, $500 for 50 years, $10 a year to own the bag. Or you can buy a $100 bag every 5 years, and it's going to cost you It's going to cost you, what would it be? Let's say $100. That's a lot of money. That's what that is. I got a 2.29 in college, so that's. I didn't take any math. I didn't take one math class in college.
Wow, and you graduated.
I graduated. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is.
Seriously, it was super cool. So, but yeah, so if you bought $100 every 5 years, that's 10 years is five. That's 500, and that's $1,000 in 10 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be $5,000 you'd be paying for bags, as opposed to buying one bag for 50 years. So that'd be $10 a bag as opposed to $20 a bag.
Mm-hmm.
So it's twice as expensive to own. Well, no, cost you $4,500 extra to own a $100 bag every 5 years.
Right, and a lower quality one too.
And a lower quality one, and one that you can't depend on, and one you're a little embarrassed of, and one that you can't hand down, and all of that sort of thing. So I'd rather buy fewer things, but make them of quality. Like a Toyota Land Cruiser,
Yeah.
they just don't break. They just don't break. My Land Rover, they say you can tell there's no oil in it when it's not leaking, or what had they say that it's just constantly leaking oil. It's just a low quality vehicle, but the Land Cruiser just doesn't break. I mean, just change the oil, put gas in it, change brakes. Kind of that idea.
Cool. You were mentioning the 100-year warranty that Saddleback has. How'd you come up with that concept?
So the 100-year warranty, I thought, hey, it sounds better than lifetime warranty. They figure lifetime, and you're just adding a few more years if you just let descendants have it. And so I think if I were going back, I'd put it like at 90, because I think 100 years is kind of excessive. So I think I'd put it at 90, and that way, and it sounds better. It's like more memorable than lifetime warranty. Everyone has lifetime warranty, and then you go, oh, he's going to ask me for the receipt. I know if I have a problem with this, and I'm not going to have it. And was it my bag or not? We don't care. It's a 100-year warranty. In other words, we'll just take care of you. And so it's really a statement of, we will take care of you for as long as you have that bag and your descendants. So it's more of a statement than anything.
Okay.
Just because honestly, if someone came after 100 years and they go, hey, the buckle broke off or something, we wouldn't say, I'm sorry, this isn't. No, we would totally take care of them. They go back to the office and they're like, look, see this buckle? This was my great-great-grandfather's bag, and they just honored the warranty like 110 years later. Now that's great marketing too.
Yep.
So I think this seems like the right thing to do, and that way we stay in touch with people too. We stay in contact with them, and we're able to pour into them.
Sounds good. Let's see. Speaking of company values, what are they and why?
So we value people, the relationships with people, and that those maintain intact. So we don't allow any politicking here in the company. If we have that, and someone will address it immediately, and if they don't change, they're out, done.
What's an example of politicking?
Not doing your job very well so it looks bad on your manager's job because you want that job, or you don't like, just different things like that, or kind of trying to get this person out of the company because you want something else for yourself. Anytime you're kind of motivated by yourself for something else, so that's a big no-no. Whenever you're trying to promote yourself, and so we're big into trying to be trying to show off as little pride as possible. Pride is just, it's absorbed with yourself. I want myself to feel good above the self of other people, and that's what it is. It's selfishness. It's self-adoration, self-love, self-promotion, and when people do that, that's not very valued here. That's like anti-value, and so it comes in the form of not being teachable. I don't want you to think bad of my image about showboating, because I want people to think highly of me, myself. I want me and myself to be lifted up and praised. We're really against that here, and we're all prideful and spiritual pride. Like, I just want to confirm that I'm spiritual, right? By these flowery prayers, or by like how much I sacrifice and stuff, or how much I work. That you do know I'm a workhorse, right? I mean, I'm disciplined. I get things done. I mean, I'm at 70 hours a week, right? To the detriment of the self and the image of my children. That is not good. So we don't want someone trying to impress us with how much they work. That's not impressive to me. So we want to have a good balance, and so humility is the opposite of pride, and so we value people, we value humility, and integrity. So what you do, how you act when no one's around, and are you going to turn back around and give them the rest of the money that you owe them, even though they didn't charge you for it at the checkout counter?